Okay guys, we're going to look at 3 basic attacks from side control, all with the arm, combination of arm lock and shoulder locks. Okay, it's commonly referred to as the mousetrap, but the mousetrap just means that it's a series or sequence of submission attempts. You're going to, if done correctly, there's not a lot of room for escape, so you're going to go from one attempt of the submission to a different attempt of the submission back to the other, and you can, in theory, make your way back to the original technique if he keeps defending, right? So from side control, here, okay, he's got his arm under, okay, and there's different ways to set this up to get to the position. We're not going to, show a bunch of different setups for it, but basically, if I bring my arm out from behind the head and I grab his wrist and I start to pressure it down so that I can go into my Americana position from here, that's gonna be the first attempt of the submissions, right? So the basic Americana that we've seen already is that we lift the elbow, often referred to as the paintbrush, and we start to paint the floor. What happens is that as we start to create pressure here, it's not very comfortable for the person on bottom, so he's gonna try to straighten his arm out. Now, if I don't hold on, or if I try to hold on and I don't adjust my arms, it's gonna pop out, okay? But what we wanna do is kind of adjust to what he's doing. So my left forearm is gonna slide up a little bit so I can adjust, that way I don't lose my grips. I'm gonna make sure that his wrist is pointing up. So if he were to extend his thumb right now, see how it's pointing sideways? I want to kind of flare it a little bit, so that way it's pointing up. And then I'm going to lift, keep my right elbow on the floor, lift my left elbow up to get a straight arm lock submission, right? It's a reverse arm lock. Now, if he were to continue to try to, as I go for this one, he pops his arm out here. It's okay. I'm going to punch towards the head. I'm going to swim my right arm under, right? I allow myself my own space. I even use my chin to kind of keep his arm where it is until I can grab the wrist and then grab my own wrist, okay? From here, I would go for the Kimura. I would switch my hips, throw the leg over, and try to finish here, okay? But as I go for the Kimura and he straightens it out again, I just adjust. I let my forearm that's under the elbow kind of slide forward so that I can start going for this straight arm lock. If he busts out the other way, I punch, just like I did in the previous one. I slide my opposite arm under. I use my chin to kind of keep it still or stable until I'm able to pull my right arm out, grab the wrist, grab my own wrist, hand to the floor, lift the elbow, and go for the Americana again, also known as the paintbrush. Cool. So our first attempt, and it doesn't have to start with the Americana, but in that example, we started off by going for the Americana. He defends by straightening it out, so we go for the straight arm lock. When he resists this, his arm goes this way, we punch, and we set up the Kimura. Here, if he defends the Kimura, he straightens the arm out, we go back to the arm lock, and if he defends one more time and goes this way, we do the same sequence and we go back to the Americana attempt. That is our mousetrap series. All right, guys? Practice it, and solid position. All right, thanks.